Nice to catch up again, OMG likers. Brian Dawson here from Waipu Diocese, Havelock North, wonderful part of the world. Now, going to do something I've always wanted to do, actually, I have to say. Turn with me now, if you would, to Ruth, chapter 1. The book of Ruth, Old Testament, chapter 1, verse 15, 16, well actually verse 16 and 17. But Ruth said to Naomi, "Do not press me to leave you or turn back from following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die. There will I be buried." Book of Ruth, absolutely incredible book. Let me tell you something amazing about Ruth. Okay, first of all, Ruth was a Moabite. She was a Moabite woman who had married an Israelite man. Now, the thing you need to know about Moabite women and Israelite men is that that was a no-no. There's another story in the Bible in another place where this person is trying to curse the Jews. He's trying to curse the Israelites. And the way he ends up doing it is he ends up getting these guys drunk and then getting them to marry, euphemism by the way, Moabite women. And why did he do that? Well, it was to make sure that their progeny, that their children were of mixed race, which was a huge problem in these ancient Israelite times. And so Ruth was one of these Moabite women. She was a woman who was not liked, not wanted by the nation of Israel. And now Naomi was her mother-in-law. Her husband had since died, and Naomi was her mother-in-law who was an Israelite, and Naomi had decided that as her sons were dead, she was going to go home to Israel. And Ruth chooses to go with her. Now this is the thing that we need to get our heads around when we hear the book of Ruth. Ruth, a Moabite woman, chooses to go and live in Israel where she is not wanted. It's an amazing story, and for me it raises this question: where is it that we need to be that we're not wanted? Does that make sense? Let me say it again. Where is it that we need to be that we're not wanted? Now, I'm not suggesting that we're Moabites or anything like that, but let me tell you a story. My parish in Havelock North, earlier this year, we had this opportunity, wonderful opportunity, to get involved in a local community event. It's an adventure race. It's called Triple Peaks, and it's where a whole bunch of really fit people run up and down 3 different mountains in one day. Now, let me tell you something about my parish. We're Anglicans, which means that most of us aren't that young anymore, and hardly any of us are fit enough to run up 1 mountain, let alone 3. And so we were invited to come along and be involved in this event, not to run up the mountains, but to offer some hospitality. And we did just that. And it was really interesting because a whole bunch of people who were there, first of all, thought, you know, and some of them talked to us about it. Why are you here? What's this church doing involved here? You guys are a bit too old to be running this race, or a bit too unfit, so why are you here? And you know, we'd say, well, we're just here to offer some hospitality, and here, have a free sausage and some bread. What do you mean free? What are you here for? Surely you must be fundraising, perhaps. Or are you here to try and convert us? No thanks, not wanting to buy your religion. People couldn't get their heads around the idea that we weren't there to convert them or to take their money off them. We were just there to be with them. Now, I'm not saying we weren't wanted there, but we certainly were surprising in our presence there. People didn't expect to see us there. Similar situation when members of our church got involved in the local business association. Now, business associations, if you're not aware, tend to be made up of shopkeepers, retailers, local businesses, hence business association. And suddenly here's this church wanting to be involved as well. Now, no one hated us, no one didn't want us there per se, or at least not as far as I know, but they were surprised that we were there. They were a bit shocked that we would get involved in these fairly secular matters of, you know, market days in the village and things like that. The thing though was, we were saying to them, your community is our community. Your concerns are our concerns. The things that are important to this place are important to us because we're actually part of this place. We're here with you. So, the question is this: where is it that you're not supposed to be, that you should be? What aren't you getting involved in because you think, well, that's not my place, that you could be getting involved in? Have a think about it. Let us know what you decide, and I'll catch up with you soon.